Inner voice is your natural response that shows up whenever someone hurts you or whenever there's a genuine need inside of you. But whenever you're around the people who are insecure, they keep telling you that something is wrong with you. Maybe your needs are too many, or you are keeping people on pedestal, or maybe you're overthinking, being oversensitive. So first of all, you gotta let go of this assumption of people and go deeper into yourself. And now, once you're going deeper, understand that emotion that you're feeling and maybe you're afraid to feel. Address that and write that down because, emotions are not your enemies. Whenever you're feeling those emotions, a part of them is conveying the truth. I know that a part of those emotions could be exaggerating the truth as well. You gotta keep that on one side, but write down the actual truth, why that emotion is there. Now, of course, the question could arise that what if I'm wrong? What if I act on this emotion and I end up making the wrong decision? Now, here you don't have to impulsively act on the emotion. Every single time a disturbing emotion shows up, you don't have to impulsively act. But at the same time, you can always set boundary while just having that assumption that maybe this emotion could be wrong, but I'm setting a boundary out of caution, but I'm setting a receptive boundary where people are still allowed to come back to me and I'm not going to be toxic to them. It's just that I'm addressing my inner feelings and inner emotion because I love myself. I love who I am and I love what I feel, but this doesn't at all mean that people around me are toxic enough that I discard all of them. So I will be acknowledging my emotion and I'll be stepping back a little if I feel something uncomfortable. And if they interact with me and if they talk to me, that is where I will be doubtfully presenting my concern that I could be wrong because this is what I'm feeling, but maybe my feeling is wrong. Maybe you're right, but please tell me how can I navigate through what happened because this is where I feel disturbed. So once you calmly and gently present your concern while humbling yourself and while understanding and respecting who they are and their investment in you, that is where, first of all, they will be more open to your concerns and your worries. And then, if they are healthy for you and if they are secure enough, they're going to be responding to you in more reassuring way. And unless or until you have not received that satisfaction, keep asking them the concerns until you know that your heart is satisfied. And even if it's not getting satisfied completely, that is where again step back a little. You don't have to hurt them, you don't have to be toxic to them, but rather address what is disturbing you. Take your time off and maybe heal that wound, heal that trauma. And sometimes you gotta seek that therapy to heal what's bleeding. So you don't have to reject that emotion, rather heal it and and express it to people. Now, telling you how the toxic people are going to be responding to your concern. Whenever you're going to be showing your concern to them, they would be getting defensive, or they would be saying that, well, you're oversensitive to feel what you feel. You don't have to think that they're toxic enough that you consider them out of your life. Rather, you're just going to be owning your emotion and deflecting their statement instead of saying, well, you're right, or instead of saying, well, you're too toxic. You just are going to be saying that, well, I understand and I respect your opinion, but this is how I'm feeling. And if you continue doing this way, and if you continue treating me this way, it will be very hard for me to interact with you. I hope you understand this. So you are respectfully drawing a boundary and communicating the boundary without hurting them and without rejecting who they are. The right people are going to be modifying their attitude to you, especially the attitude that is hurting you. And the wrong people, they're going to be persistent in doing that, and you're going to be persistently drawing boundary until they become the right ones for you, or they completely leave your path and you find the right people. I understand that implementation is not very easy because it boils down to your childhood traumas. So once we resolve those inner blocks, and once we heal that anxious attachment style inside of you, that anxiety inside of you that makes you keep reaching out to people, makes you keep doubting yourself, then you will be bridging the gap between different parts and different personalities inside of you. And once that happens, then you're going to be embodying healing. You won't be, taking scripts from my videos or from my WhatsApp posts or my Facebook posts. Rather, you will be embodying yourself and you will be embodying the healing. It's going to be emerging from you naturally. Boundaries are going to be spontaneously showing up intuitively. And that is the goal here. And the good news is that you can always avail your 45 minutes of free one-on-one coaching. So you can simply drop me a DM and let's address your concerns.